You can inherit a building, and along with it inherit a clause that breaks you without you having signed anything new. If you have property in the family, or are thinking about renting, or have just received an asset and are excited with now it's going to work, this is about you, because the real risk isn't the tenant, it isn't the paint job, it isn't the condo fees, it's the paperwork you didn't even read properly, and it makes sense for you to feel secure. When your real estate portfolio seems perfect, you look at the numbers, at the contracts superficially, think everything's working, and move on with life. Nobody wakes up wanting to read pages and pages of legal text. And let's be fair, this didn't start with you. You inherited something ready-made, old contracts, signatures from another era, a bunch of standard documents that everyone always said were normal. The villain here has a name, the bureaucracy designed so you don't understand. Long document, confusing language, a technical clause lost in the middle, and the social expectation that if it's in the contract, it's just a formality. The belief that puts you on the precipice is this: if it worked for years, it's safe. It's not. A contract isn't a snapshot of the past. It's a ticking time bomb. It stays quiet until the day a specific event triggers it. And that's where the story changes. You inherit a portfolio of properties. Everything seems prosperous. You make plans, renovate a unit, increase cash flow, organize management, become the new responsible owner. But in the middle of that pile of paper there's a small detail, and nobody taught you to distrust the small. An obscure clause hidden within old lease agreements. It seems innocent, almost irrelevant. Something made for a rare specific circumstance, one of those that never happen, until it does. At the beginning of 2026, an external change shakes things up. The market, rules, requirements, any trigger you don't control. And that's it. The clause is triggered. Overnight you discover there's a financial obligation you didn't price in. And worse, it grows, because contracts love to pile costs on deadlines and penalties. Then comes the domino effect. You try to cover it with cash flow, you can't. You delay one thing to pay for another, and it snowballs. Notifications arrive, arguments, formal demands. The assets that seemed like a guarantee of stability start to turn into a hole that sucks up time, energy, and money. And the cruelest part, you find yourself thinking, I was naive, when in reality, the system was designed so you wouldn't see it. Now comes the important part. It wasn't your fault that this came hidden, but it's your responsibility not to remain blind. No panic, no paranoia, without thinking that every contract is a scam. It's simply about asset maturity. Real estate isn't just bricks and mortar. Real estate is paper plus risk, obligation. The only practical decision from now on is, never take on a property, inherited or purchased, without a complete professional review of the contracts and annexes before making any management decisions. It's not just giving it a quick read, it's a real review. What can be activated, under what conditions, how much it costs, and how it binds you. When you do this, the change isn't magic, it's gradual and real. You start sleeping better because you stop managing in the dark. You separate what is income from what is risk. You renegotiate what can be renegotiated, correct what can be corrected, and avoid what would silently destroy you. And the best part, you stop depending on luck, because luck is what you had before, when you believed that inheritance only came with a key and title deed. Real life comes with fine print. Either you see this now, or the next notification will teach you the hard way. Assets don't protect you if contracts hide triggers. Professional review before managing is the only way to avoid becoming a hostage to the paperwork.